Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, John Jordan. It is the start of May, so we are taking a look back at what's been happening in terms of on-chain activity. So taking the data from DApp Radar, looking at the daily active unique wallets interacting with the smart contracts underlying some of these games. And we can see here, this is the obviously looking at the first 4 months of 2024. On the vertical scale, we have daily active unique wallets, scale running from, running up to 900,000 daily active unique wallets. And we can see here just a sort of quite massive difference between what I'm calling pixels and what I'm calling everything else. So these are games. So there's a bunch of stuff that's out there that sort of would fit sort of into that gap, but they're not really games. There's a lot of sort of stuff where you're just sort of bashing into a smart contract to get some sort of airdrop. There's a few sort of move to earn experiences. They're not really games though, so I'm being a bit strict in my sort of definition of games. But we can see here, it doesn't really matter, even if you're looking at some of that other sort of viral weirdo stuff. Pixels is by far the most popular blockchain game. I mean, it has been for the entire year, really, but as we've sort of seen, nothing else has really grown very much at all. If anything, and Pixels has gone from just over 100,000 to getting on for 800,000. So a bit of volatility, so we can see that I don't know why there's that big sort of drop down. I think there seemed to be some sort of patchiness in the data that they're picking up from the Ronin blockchain. It may be the Ronin blockchain itself. I don't know. Not really heard anything about that. But we can just see, the broad trend clearly is Pixels is still going up. At this rate, obviously, if you look at this, what happened in April, it was about 700,000 and it's got up to about 800,000. So if it keeps at this rate, obviously it's going to go through 1 million in the next couple of months. Usual sort of caveats, we don't know how many bots are in the system. Obviously there are bots in the system. Really with Pixels, what we're looking at also is they have about 200,000 wallets that are paying $10 a month to get the VIP subscription, and that allows you to do a whole bunch of stuff, including taking out the Pixel token. So we can sort of say somewhere between 200,000, and some of those may be bots as well, who knows, but if you're paying for a bot to play a game, then that's a sort of an economically valuable wallet, I suppose. So somewhere between 200,000 of these wallets we can think of as sort of paying Pixels, and there's another on top 700,000 that are maybe just playing the game. Maybe more of those are bots, we'll see. We just see there's just a massive divide between Pixels and everything else. So in a sense, is that a surprise? It is a little bit of a surprise, I think, because obviously token prices have been good this year. A lot of stuff isn't live yet, I guess. Look to see in future months. I guess Immutable is the big thing, with some stuff going live in May, so we'll see how active they are in terms of that. And maybe a bit further on, the Mythos blockchain from Mythical Games is sort of going live on Polkadot, so we don't have sort of that good visibility really about people playing those games. We have it about trading NFTs, but not so much about playing the game. So maybe those other ones that come into play. But in the meantime, let's look at everything else just to show what's going on. So obviously this vertical scale here is a tenth of what we were looking at before. So this is tens of thousands of daily active unique wallets, not hundreds of thousands. Pretty tightly packed, and as you can see, sort of not really much going on. So I put April on here with a asterisk by it. This is this sort of purpley pink line. This is running on the Ronin blockchain, but this isn't a game. This isn't the Apron game. This is people just pinging for the airdrop. So I think it's interesting just to sort of see where that is, partly because it's on Ronin, which is the same blockchain that Pixels is on. So we can see there's quite a lot of growth in that, but that's not a game. That's people just pinging the smart contract for token allocation. So we can sort of ignore that. Alien Worlds in blue has gone up a bit. Has had a big decline really over the last sort of couple of years, but it's gone up 10,000 maybe over 2024. Nine Chronicles has been growing, so looking sort of steady-ish, about 70,000 daily active unique wallets. Dropped up a little bit. That's a sort of a South Korean idle RPG on PC and mobile. So these are these sort of these everything else games. There's these at sort of high level, and then a whole bunch sort of at the bottom. So just a few tens of thousands Splinterlands has come down again this year, so it actually went under 20,000 daily active unique wallets. I mean, at one point a couple of years ago, no, it was 400,000. So it's come down, over 90%. You get these spikes with Splinterlands because you get this every week. You get a sort of reward on your leaderboard positions. That's where you get these sort of big spikes in between. Not so much activity. The Upland is sort of like bobbling along at 70,000. I mean, last year I think it was about 70,000. Now it's 20,000. So again, not much going on there. I guess just interesting to point out, Axie Infinity Origins, so a new version of Axie Infinity, also running on the Ronin blockchain. So it was doing about 15,000, is now up to, approaching 40, so maybe 37,000. So this is very clear that they announced a daily quest system, which is sort of rewarded with the AXS token. So we've sort of, it's doubled its audience just by having an extra sort of event. I'm not sure how long it lasts, but just giving away free tokens. So we can clearly see, again, maybe bots in there as well, but we can clearly see sometimes those incentives do drive people to start playing the game. So Axie's doubled, but it's miles off what it was. So its peak Axie was 1.1 million daily active unique wallets, which is sort of where Pixels is now. Now it's even now it's sort of 30,000. That's I can't even do the maths to know how much of a decline that is from over a million. So that's really where we are. So as I say, we look to see, particularly with Immutable, got Guild of Guardians going live. Next month we have later on in the year we have stuff like Hunters on Chain and Metal Core and some other stuff that I'm sure they will be pushing pretty hard. So that's what to look out for in May. But this is what's happened so far in 2024. It is all about Pixels. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.